Hello everybody and welcome back. I'm Karex and this is a continuation on our getting started playthrough guide for Transport Fever 2. And this is sort of where a beginner can help teach new beginners how to play the game. We are by no means an expert at this game. We don't know what the heck we're doing, but we have made a profiting company. Just sort of bam, bam, bam. You know what I mean? We're moving wood. We're making planks. Well, we're not really making them, but we're moving the wood to make planks, and we're moving the planks to make tools, and then we're moving the tools into town to make a good amount of money that ultimately gets consumed by Garland here. We have so many different opportunities that we could be taking advantage of all over the entire map. But right now, it seems like we're actually really kind of propping up Garland, making this as big and amazing as we can. And Garland right now is actually just getting a really nice 40% growth boost because of that. It would be cool to actually set Garland up with other cities. Now that Garland's becoming a hub, we could hook up Garland to Denver, and that would actually create, right? This would actually be creating a large growth opportunity for both of these towns, as we could radically increase the amount of destinations that these towns are connected to. Right now it's just connected locally. But if we connect up Denver and Garland, we could actually add in 150 additional destinations to Garland, and then add an extra basically 250 or 300, whatever it is, to Denver, which would be really, really cool. So, but we also want to make sure that we're actually buying this second train and getting this going, because this train is making some good money, but we need another train. This train is making good money, but we need another train to be able to keep running more planks so that this whole thing doesn't dry up, because right now we're kind of just planked out a little bit. But I think a second train is going to be perfect there. We're not getting even nearly enough tools into this town, which they almost need over 100 at this point. It just keeps going up and up and up. We could also be getting stone going to the brickyard, and then making bricks, which would then be able to push into Garland. Actually, one thing that I'm noticing here is there's a brick factory right here. We could actually be growing Costa Mesa. I don't know what the strategy is in terms of like do we keep focusing on Garland? Do we work on other cities? I don't know exactly if there's much of a strategy in that, but I'm noticing there's kind of an opportunity here, a little bit of a triangular effort going on. I'm almost wondering, could we move bricks here with train, and then pick up the stone and then bring it back? I think we could try it like a triangular system here for Costa Mesa, just using one train to just run this whole thing. Think about Costa Mesa, tiny city, doesn't really demand any bricks, doesn't really have any actual capacity to consume bricks. Now that would change if we got it hooked up with some other cities. It might be worth growing this city a little bit first, trying to get a population up a little bit before doing that, because otherwise this train would definitely lose us money. There'd be really no way that we could make money off this. But well, maybe we could just truck it. Maybe there's a world in which we could actually be trucking the stone over, picking up brick, delivering that off, and then picking up stone, and then delivering to make brick, and then dropping that off, and then sort of a triangular truck line. Actually, that could work. That could work. But what I want to do first and foremost is get another train going. So here, let's get here. I'm just going to take out a couple mil here. We're going to borrow a couple mil. So you can see we're paying $75,000 for loan interest. That's not great, to say the least. So let's go in here. What was the capacity on you? 42. Almost wishing we had that a little bit bigger now, which we could easily expand that. Let's add the only locomotive that we have right now in 1852. See, here's the problem. Bricks need flat car with side stakes, but stone is placed into the gondola. So we actually couldn't use the same train to actually move the stone and the brick and stuff like that. So that actually wouldn't work. But truck, I believe we could do a triangular truck setup though. What we're trying to move here is planks though. Whereas wood and planks both fit on the same kind of. Plank train. Let's go. So this actually should just be making more money for us, to be honest. And I'm tempted to actually set up a depot here so we don't have to be moving vehicles quite so far away. Let's just build another depot. They're pretty cheap. Although that technically I don't think is connected until we go like this. Uh-oh. Oh, wait a second. We have some issues here. Pause the game. We have some big issues here. We forgot to actually make this, make it so we can have 2 trains on this line. A few different ways we could do this. We could just create a passing loop, essentially. And I personally like to, I kind of like to double track the whole thing. This is a lot more expensive, and that's going to be all of our money gone. So we're just going to have to keep taking out a loan here because the money should start rolling in like fast. So we have a successful company, we just need to keep working it. So I like to go the full length personally, but you can just do a simple little sort of thing in the middle, right? And just have the trains do meet. If you're only going to have 2 trains, that's totally fine. But I like to set it up so that in the future we could have 4 or 5 trains making this run. Yeah, but I don't know if we'd actually technically ever need 4 or 5 trains making this run. So that's now good. Those trains can now go. More importantly though, let's go over here and spend the rest of our money, which I don't think we have much, on buying as many of these as we can. Looks like we'll be able to get 10 of them though. And that might be just enough. This will do local tool delivery. That might be just enough to be able to push this into town. It kind of depends. It's like, okay, do the trucks, you know what I mean? Like, what's the speed comparison? How the ability for the train to make a run, right? A full cycle compared to the time it takes for a truck to make a full cycle. I think technically the truck is going about half the distance at half the speed. So it should be about the same. The whole trip should be about the same. Having 20 trucks on this line should be good enough. How many trucks do we actually have on this line? We can go into this, right? The line statistics, we can get that profit, but we can also go into here to see that there's, it seems to be showing 7 or 8 plus 12 more. So it looks like we have about 20. Yeah, 20 on this. There we go. 20 on this line. It's kind of interesting. We're like building on the edge of the map here, but that's just where the opportunity was, right? That's just where the opportunity was. All blue, all blue. This plank train should be making tons more money now because we're just running like now we have 2 equally profiting trains on this line. That's only because we have the demand for the planks. If we didn't have the demand for the planks, like we can't just set up you know, the steel and just be running everything and making tons of money off the steel, because where does the steel go, right? It has to ultimately get consumed, or else things just pile up in a goofy way. So in this case, it's being consumed. And the more we consume these planks, the faster we'll be able to produce here, the more trucks we'll be able to move here, or even set this up with an actual, or even potentially set this up with an actual train or something like that to be able to move stuff a lot faster. But basically, we should be making some good money here. It says we're losing money because we just bought a train, right? That train that we just bought was 2 million. This is going to come in, though, and this will be, we're at negative, but this will be a good sort of jolt of income here when this thing lands. Getting a little bit of a pile up. Getting a little bit of a pile up of tools here. It's not great. Garland wants to buy way more. I think we could honestly go in with another 10 trucks. I think for now these are going to lose us money until we really get this working back and forth. And yeah, having like 30-40 trucks on the line is not great. This is way better, you know, in 1950 when you actually have like proper trucks that can actually move these tools like more than just 4 at a time, and then faster than 14, you know, 18 kilometers per hour. So. But each of these, when they deliver, each of these should be making some cash here. Let's see, where's the payoff here? Oh, they're delivering to here. It's 6,000. That's not great. I'm not gonna lie. 6,000, 7,000. It's weird that the tools. I don't know if it's just like if all goods are the same value or something, because it's weird that it seems like we're making about the same amount of money shipping the wood. And you think that by the time it's processed a couple times, you're actually selling it to the end user, or you're delivering it for the end user, you'd make a little bit of more money there. Okay, so this is going to make us. We're making good money though. We're making good money. We still do have those loans. Now we're taking 90,000 per, because we have 6 million, right? We've increased the loan cost by 20%. That's just interest. That's not paying off our loans. That's just purely, yeah, it's not great. It's not great is what it is. But I think what we could do is we could try to set up a bus between these two routes, or we could, and if we had like trams or something, right? We might actually have some trams. We could actually try to set up a tram line between here. That could be kind of interesting. Let's do this just for fun. Let's see if we can, how much this would net for us here. So you can use it for private vehicles, but then you can also tram across too. So it'd be interesting to see if by doing that setup, does that actually count this as a private car connection? Doesn't seem like it is, which is kind of annoying. And I'm just wondering, okay, do we need to actually build like a, like what's gonna, maybe they're just, I don't know, 1853, maybe people can't really have private car connections between bits or something. I'm not sure. So that'll be a tram stop there, and then this tram stop will come into here, and we'll probably have it loop around this way. There we go. So now let's get a tram depot. I don't even know what kinds of trams we're going to have in 1854, but if we have some, this will be fun. Please tell me we didn't just build all that for nothing. Nope, we got a tram here. It's a horse-drawn tram, 5 capacity. The same speed is what seems like, the magical speed for a horse. Cargo, I don't know. This will be great when we get something a little bit faster. Trams usually are quite a bit kind of good for this sort of city to city kind of stuff. Eventually, we could just go big here and just see if we could go big and just assume that this is going to work, but I'm not sure if that's actually the truth. I'm not sure if this is actually going to work or not. Oh, we could actually use that actual stop for the actual tram stop. Or we could just give them... I wonder if that actually would be really smart. Tram comes in here. It's coming in the right hand. Turns right. Makes a left, left, left. Whereas if it goes straight here, it'd be a right, 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 left. I'm also noticing, strictly speaking, this isn't connecting into the rest of this, but we know that these lines do. So we'll have to see. This city's already grown just massively. Like, we've doubled the size of Garland already. That's crazy. That's actually crazy. Yeah, this line's gonna lose us some money, I suspect. But for science, right? For science. There's really no reason to pause either. I was just pausing while we were setting this up. So what is this? This is Gar. This is Gar to Den. Gar to Den. Tram. Garland to Denver. Tram. I want to make sure some of these are distributing. Good, 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 good. Seems like the game's pretty smart. 5 of them went one way, 5 of them went the other way. Interesting, they're allowed to flip around like that? Huh. That's kind of interesting. Now we should be getting a lot more money. This will be interesting to see if there's a traffic sort of issue here. Yeah, there kind of is. Look at that, we're getting traffic. We're getting actual traffic. I don't know why it's not saying that the private car destinations hasn't gone up though. I'm wondering if we just need to, do we need to build this into a, into a medium street or something? Is that going to keep the tram lines? Looks like it. I'm going to do this to see if this counts. I'm just experimenting. I don't actually know what it takes to explicitly hook up one city to another. %71 over length travel time. Okay, so the travel time, the travel time is what does it mean? Authorities complain the following interrupted street connections. Wait a second, It wasn't complaining initially. Let's go back to the line. Was that just because of the road that we used? Was that just because of the road that we used? Because that just happened, didn't it? Let's go back to this. That's where it was. And I think technically that was there. I don't know. It's not complaining anymore. I guess it just didn't like that road or something. Oh, you know what? It might have been because of the reduced speed. Technically, that's going to be too expensive because it's going to cost us. We're going to have to buy land and stuff. There's 50 people that want to use this. Yikes. I don't know why the private car destination thing isn't going way up. Because it seems like a lot of people are using their private cars to get around. But there you have it. Tons of people want to use this tram. Does that mean it's making us money or not? It might take a while to see if it is going to make us money. There's technically 32 people on the line, so are a lot of people coming back the other way? They are coming back full the other way. So it'll be interesting to see how much we make. Because we might have to just add 10 more trams. I don't know, this is a little bit goofy, but there you go. Technically, it'd take 10 trams to pick up these 50 people. But it looks like, guys, this is, I mean, we're making money. We're making money. We're trying to, do some goofy stuff here, but the train, that plank train is making some big money. The wood train, the wood trucks, still making a lot of money. Making a lot of money off the delivering of the tools, actually, to Garland, and we could actually push more tools into here. We still have room to push more tools, which means we could be pushing more planks. Yeah, we could totally be pushing more planks, which means we could probably end up pushing more wood. I mean, we could get these trains could either be bigger or we could get a third train. How crazy is that? so which would be even more money. So guys, thank you so much everybody for watching this episode as we continue to make money. I promise we are making money with this transportation company. So thank you so much everybody. I will see you guys in the next one.